Survivor Season 11 Guatemala's Hidden Immunity Idol may have been very underpowered in the actual game, but design-wise, it slaps. In my tier list, I've divided each idol into various subsections. F tier are idols that look bland, uninspired, or are straight up boring. Essentially, the idol tier for season 39. C tier are for those that are inoffensive, relatively good looking, but not standout idols. B tier then utilise some cultural mythology or history in their designs, but aren't season specific, meaning they could be used on any season. A tier include cultural exploration and encapsulate their season, but slightly fall out of the S tier due to me feeling their design should be slightly better or with more backstory. Although, to hit S tier, every idol needs to look incredible and have cultural relevance. We're gunning out of the gate strong, and call me weird, but Guatemala is an instant S tier. This thing looks like a legitimate relic you would want to have your hands on with clear Mayan inspiration. You see, hidden immunity idols have been staples in Survivor since season 11, but in particularly old school Survivor, they vary significantly in their designs. Some are good and some are... Yeah, so as a distinct contrast to all the weedy beady idols we'll soon be covering, congrats season 11, but for once you might actually win something. Panama is odd. Do I love the design? Yes. Does it have Panamanian relations? Yes. Am I absolutely terrified it's going to get this video demonetized? Absolutely yes. Panama features a shrunken head, with the victims designed to look as if it underwent Panamanian torture before being trapped in a bottle, then pulled out by the infamous Terry Dietz. It goes in A tier for being cool, cultural, but something that will probably give you nightmares. The Cook Islands Immunity Idol is gorgeous. It features a broken compass as part of its quote-unquote super idol, really utilising the shipwrecked theme of Exile Island well. That being said, as we get down the line, I can't help but feel this should have been used as the hidden immunity idol for season 30. The Coral Compass immunity necklace and idol would have made a perfect pair. Nevertheless, a strong A. Fiji's immunity idol definitely takes a small hit for me. Now, it is unique and does contain some symbolism. Within Fiji, it contains the biggest turtle species in the leatherback. So, clearly they used it as an inspiration for this necklace. If you would stop kissing it, yow man. Potentially this is meant to be a yukapara of sorts, relating it to a turtle that holds up the earth in different religions. But that seems to be a bit of a stretch, so C tier it is. Shine is fine, but I can't help but feel the hidden immunity idol is a bit underwhelming. It's an iconic one in terms of legacy, and the way people had to rip it off the gateways was a cool feature. However, I can't help but feel very underwhelmed. While the engravings are cool, it's on a monotone rectangular plaque on a season that had so much natural potential. China is a region rich in mythology and history. The challenge designers even used this factor to great effect, but I feel the idol designers kind of dropped the ball here. It's C tier, but only saved by its unique presentation. Now look, before anyone blames me for coming off as insensitive, I recognise where they were going with this. Carving, particularly wood carving, is very popular in Micronesia, wherein they will create figurines of tikis like this one seen. With that said, no. Compare this to the Guatemala idol 5 seasons ago. Which would you rather have? The main body is just so unbelievably plain, and I will forever question the decisions to have random pieces of shell sticking out. They did it for the hidden immunity idol, and as previously covered, the necklace. They were really determined to kill off Jonathan Penner this season, eh? The fact that Aussie hid a stick on Exile carved a little face on it and managed to wholeheartedly convince one person and somewhat convinced another veteran it was an idol should be an indication of how low the bar for something was to be classed as an idol this season. It's a very low C tier. And amidst the pool of underwhelming idols, somehow Survivor Gabon is our sanctuary. It's actually a really nice idol, utilising the Gabonese face front and centre with the unique glassy blue, yellow and brown colour scheme. It definitely feels like it has to have a little more to spruce it up, but for being so aesthetically pleasing, plus encapsulating its season so well, it's earned an A. This video is sponsored by Idolplays, a way to play Survivor challenges from the comfort of your own home through beautifully replicated 3D printed designs, allowing for ease of access. If you have a Survivor superfan friend, or if you want to compete in challenges to see how you would do on the show, make sure to purchase one of these items as the store will only be open until Wednesday. And if you want to support creators like myself, make sure to go check out the Creator Camp, where we have picked our own personal favourite puzzles, put them into our boxes. However, objectively, as we all know, mine's the best. Tocantins, I was rooting for you. Your immunity necklace is phenomenal. Then we have this. The fact that you have to stick your hand up the place where the sun don't shine on a tiki statue should tell you everything you need to know about this disc. Although Simon May would be proud. In any case, this idol is very forgettable, and realistically has no ties to the Tocantins environment season housing it. I knocked the Hike Matu immunity necklace in Samoa, but the Hai Matu hidden immunity idol works so well for multiple reasons. Firstly, it works well in a scaled down pendant. Additionally, thematically, it works perfectly. Hai Matus are also fish hooks, symbolizing strength and good luck, with links to the demigod Maui. Mind you, they are part of New Zealand tradition more so than Samoa. Finally, it also aligns with the immunity necklace in Samoa, reinforcing the theme. In spite of this, would you believe me if I actually told you another season has this exact same Hai Matu idea, but with a better execution? It's a solid B, don't get me wrong, but when a better version exists, it can only get so high. In the similar vein, Heroes vs Villains had a New Zealand-inspired hidden immunity idol. This time it's based on the Hai Tiki, embodying spirituality for the Morai people. A massive boon of this specific hidden immunity idol is that the Hai Tiki is an actual pendant worn in cultures and passed down as a treasured possession through generations. B tier, but a step up from Samoa. Oh, and hey, if you're enjoying this video, this is a casual reminder to consider subscribing to become a rogue today. It only takes a few seconds, it's free, and we all love free things, right? Clearly, you've been able to tolerate my voice for the past few minutes, so having more of my videos pop up in your recommended feed probably isn't a bad idea. But anyway, Nicaragua's hidden immunity idol is literally a key. That's it. From my research process, I couldn't find anything significant relating Nicaragua to keys, so while it's a nice looking key, it ends up in F tier. Redemption Island was also filmed in Nicaragua, but there is no correlation between the country and the two-headed snake directly used on the hidden immunity idol. Mind you, two-headed snakes do appear a lot in mythology, such as the Greek Amphisbaena or the Aztec Macahuitl. The confusing aspect is that both the snakes are attributed to bad omens, making it counterintuitive to an item you actively seek. The one piece of in-universe Survivor culture is that this idol featured on a two-player captain season between rivals Boston Rob and Russell Hantz. Both were dominant leaders who pulled the previous villains tribe in each direction and were known in the wider community as snakes due to their cut-through gameplay style. It feels like a disservice to the other culturally rich idols to put this too high, so it caps out at C tier. The South Pacific hidden immunity idol has a face. That's about it. Now, you'll know I love tiki faces on immunity necklaces, but when it comes to hand-sized pendants, having a generic little chubby boy drawing won't save you. I'm sorry, little one, but the field for hidden immunity idols is a lot more competitive. Like stated before, the Haimatu that usurps Samoa is the one from One World. I suppose the Haimatu in season 19 is technically more quote-unquote true to the actual New Zealand design, but as an adaptation, the change to metal plus illustrative engravings helps it sit higher compared to its peers in B tier. So to be honest, the Philippines hidden immunity idol is S tier, which may sound initially hypocritical due to China's similar design being low, but I have my reasons. Similar to China, this emblem was hidden in plain sight. Ironically, the clue even told the contestants the idol was right under their nose, a clue to the attachment points between the idol and the rice lid being literally under the pronounced oxen's nose. Oxes also have strong mythological ties to the Philippines, with this seeming to be based on the sangre, a half-man, half-water buffalo, similar to a minotaur. The design of this is genius, and it's the tail of the sangre, where it guards valuable jewels, which is perfect since it guards the underside of the emblem, letting you know it's a hidden immunity idol. Add on to this the ox imagery in this season, allegedly inspired Jonathan Penner's infamous oxen-based Final Tribal Council jury speech. This very speech is regarded to be one of the best in Survivor history, showcasing just the importance stemming from this idol. And if that doesn't convince you, then it's a cool bull in 3 different colors. S tier. We must be on a roll because, oh boy, look at this Caramoan necklace. The production team utilized gold, black, and red to create this impressive looking ornament. Moreover, this is based on the Enfuego fertility charm. This is a legitimate talisman used in the Philippines for protection and is emblematic of good fortune. So I can't knock this. It is created extremely well with 0 flaws. It will be at the bottom of S tier due to the other S tier designs having something that I have a personal closer bond to, but everything discussed in this charm is baked into what it takes to be an S tier hidden immunity idol design. This is what the rest have to match or beat to become truly elite. Blood vs. Water is simple but done well. Its inspiration is derived from a Chinese coin necklace symbolizing prosperity. I do really wish this was used in Survivor China though, as it would have the cultural symbolism of the location down to a T, or well, maybe a C. Unfortunately, Blood vs. Water was filmed in the Philippines, so it's a B. But it could be moved up, however, that's TBC. Much like the season's necklace, Cagayan's hidden immunity idol is based on Balinese mythology. It looks great with even variations based on if it's the super or regular idol, and that proper cultural backing that some idols miss. S tier. I really like the San Juan del Sur's hidden immunity idol. I forgive you, Val. If I was on a season with idols as cool as this, I would lie about having 2 of them 3 days into the game as well. The design is based off the real-world Maya medallion, used as a valuable tradable item by many tribes many generations ago. I also love the production team encapsulating the destruction caused through erosion of time in the bottom part. So of course it's S tier. Worlds Apart's immunity necklace was incredible, and unfortunately this is one of those rare occasions where the idol design just doesn't hold up. Each idol was designed with a spinning wooden pendant base, and to give credit to production, they did design 3 unique ones for each tribe. Howler Monkey, Stingray, and if you look really closely, you can see a dead little fish. But no, it seems the animals chosen are vulture, chameleon, and scorpion, which are certainly interesting choices. Apparently production did have actual rationales for each animal and why they associated them to the white, blue, and no color camps, but no official documentation has actually been released regarding to the decision. So comment below why you think they chose these 3 animals to represent each job archetype. It'll be interesting to hear your headcanon, but yeah, this goes in C tier. Survivor Cambodia fortunately fly in to save the day by showcasing how to create crowd-pleasing idols. All of them were based on ancient Cambodian artifacts, and if that's not impressive enough, the Mad Lads made 4 completely different idol designs. Now that's impressive. Kaoh Rong for the first time had a weird ruling around their hidden immunity idols. You see, in Survivor history, you had super idols or their regular, less overpowered counterparts. Kaoh Rong was different. The contestants found regular idols, yes, but they could combine them to create a super idol used after the vote. As a result, production embraced the Chinese yin and yang, with the brawn and beauty idol representing one half of the equation. The problem is this was a 3-tribe season, and Neil the Brain also had an idol piece, although it's never been confirmed if this was yin or yang. Game mechanics wise, I think production would have combined the two yangs or yins to create the super idol, but it's a bit of a weird thing to envision thematically. I guess it depends on how you orientate them, face up being yin, face down being yang. There are even little connection points to snap the two swirls together, thus making yin and yang. Despite this, I feel they could have embraced Kaoh Rong or wider Cambodia culture to represent the act of two weaker halves, making a superior whole. Or perhaps this is yet another idol that would have worked perfectly on Survivor China. I'm still mad. B tier nevertheless. After the season's Survivor production, ditched visiting new locations and, as we all know, began perpetually visiting Fiji season in, season out. But due to them visiting Fiji, they were able to renew the islands more easily, resulting in more funds they could have allocated to, say, artistic designs on Survivor seasons. So Millennials versus Generation X's idol should be good, right? After all, Fiji has a ton of mythology and history they can take advantage of. Season 33 surely won't have a shell wrapped in a piece of string as an idol, right? Yeah, instant F tier. I mean, how? How do you follow up after the likes of Cambodia with a shell you found on the beach and call it a day? Survivor Game Changers really isn't much better. It features a cluster of keys, locks, and miscellaneous metal pendants. I suppose there could be some link about the hidden immunity idols being the literal embodiment of some of these game changers unlocking their full potential, but that would be a massive stretch. As massive of a stretch as some of the contestants being labelled as game changers were. So yeah, it goes to the bottom. The next two can be knocked off like two birds with one stone. HHH is the first of many immunity idols to feature clusters of beads and string. The in-game rationale for this is that individuals can more easily make hidden immunity idols by harvesting materials such as beads from their torches, bags, or even tree meal. The problem is that this makes the new modern hidden immunity idols really bland and uninspired. Not to mention, I actually used to like when the idols were harder to replicate as fakes. I would much rather see someone like Bob Crowley slaving away and thinking out of the box to create mysterious resins as a Gabonese face rather than see someone pick up a few beads then call it a day. But that's a discussion for another day. Nevertheless, HHH gets a triple hit in F tier. Diva vs Goliath is more of the same, that being an incoherent mess, but it does have two rocks on the end. There isn't any symbolism to two rocks specifically in any biblical account of Diva vs Goliath that I know of. They could have picked one as the stone that killed Goliath, 4 as David supposedly acquired 4 more stones to kill Goliath's relatives, or 5 being the combination of all the amassed stones. So I can't actually give it too many points for biblical symbolism. It still ends up slightly higher than HHH due to the stone's connections, but come on, I mean, I can't put it any higher than an F. And no, before you say in the comments, I didn't forget Ghost Island. All its idols were reused relics, ya wee gaslighters. Survivor Edge of Extinction was filmed in Fiji, go figure, but its medallion design being Asian inspired isn't the most culturally relevant. If only there was a Survivor season in an Asian country that needed an idol that was part of its culture. It's a nice medallion, however, and I like that it synergizes with the immunity necklace, so for sheer good looks, it gets a B. The final unique idol comes from Winners at War. After a few extremely underwhelming idols, it's so nice to finish this video on a high. The fleur de lis is from France, but apart from that, small knock, everything else is a home run. The fleur de lis is an ornamental lily flower with 3 petals, featuring predominantly in the royal coat of arms. Winners at War embraced a heavy military theme, so it was an excellent choice for an idol in that context. The fleur de lis itself is also interlinked with life and perfection, which are 2 good attributes for an idol. A very respectable A-tier idol to conclude this video. I said to conclude this video. Hello? wait, surely I didn't miss any. No! So yes, let's discuss the modern idols. Beginning in Survivor Island of the Idols, idols became similar to those trials in HHH. Boring, bland, and just a few beads. Sure, some idols took slightly different variations. Maybe one season's idol have an extra feather and one less bead, but they're virtually indistinguishable. So consider this me putting all of them collectively in F tier for their uninspired designs. The only one that reaches C tier, barely, is the one that appeared in Survivor 43. At least that season it was tied into a twist where the contestants had to obtain a special bead from each person to build their own idol. Do you agree with my ranking or not? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you enjoyed. Have a good day. Oh, peace!